YouTube, it's me, Mickey, sitting here awkwardly talking to myself again about my life. So I am like usually really behind on doing like videos, updates and things about the twins. And honestly, I don't even know like who watches these or who's interested, but I like to look back at the stuff that I post, the things I write on like Facebook or Instagram or videos that I've made, just like for me to look back and see like what my mindset was like at the time, what the twins were doing, you know, whatever. It gives you good perspective if you like document things to see how far you've come. So I document like everything I ever do. So the twins had their 2-month-old appointment today. They got some shots, which like, you know, sucks, but you know, you gotta flex on all those non-vaxxers. I don't think I'm popular enough for people to like hate on that, but vaccinate your kids. Whatever. That's just my personal opinion. Whatever. Anyway, they got shots today, which is cool. They were actually really good. They really weren't upset about it. Other than that, they're just super healthy, and they're right around the size that Marcy was whenever she was born, which is really weird that they're 2 months old and now as big as Marcy was whenever I pushed her out unmedicated, which is crazy. So they're like around 9 pounds, just little tiny babies, but they're so sweet and they're getting chubby. And Maggie was bigger whenever she was born, and she's been bigger, but at this appointment Mary was bigger, only like a few ounces though. I want to address a question that I get a lot. I get asked so often about tandem feeding and like breastfeeding, to the point where it's like everyone like really expects it. They're like, oh, you have twins, so you like tandem feed, and like I'm getting like a little bit of like mom guilt or something. It's like I follow all these moms on Instagram who like twins and they tandem feed, and I like know other people personally who like do it, and it's like, oh, it's like this beautiful thing that they get to do. And it's not that I can't, I just I don't enjoy it. I don't like it. I don't know, it's not very comfortable. The babies don't seem to like it as much. They like being held like crossbody, like snuggle them up. Whenever I'm like football holding them and like one on each side, it's like they don't seem as comfortable and they don't eat as well. I don't know. And I guess like other than just how complicated it is to like have one on you, and then if you have to burp them, like if one of them needs to burp and one is still on there, like it's just so uncomfortable and I hate it. Other than the logistics of it, I really enjoy holding my babies, like, and having that bond and that one-on-one time. Because with Marcy, every time she was nursing, I got to like cuddle her and look down at her and like talk to her, and that was like our time together. And I feel like with Marigold and Magnolia, they are twins. They're often put together in a group. Like people are like, Mary and Maggie, how are the twins? Mary and Maggie. And I want them to feel like individuals, and I feel like that starts early. And for me, I like to hold them and talk to them individually, tell them their names. Like I like to repeat their names to them, be like, ah, it's Mary. Ah, it's Maggie, that's your name. And I like talk to them and they smile and they coo and they get to eat and they look up at me. I want them to be able to like recognize their names and like know who they are. And that's just like a personal preference. I know lots of people like the bond of them together, but I'm like, they're sleeping together, they're with each other all the time, they're gonna be with each other forever. They're gonna have that bond. And I want to have an individual bond with each of them because I know that my relationship with each one of them is going to be different, and I want them to feel like their own person, not just the twins, you know. So that's just my personal preference, and I like had to come to that decision where it's like that's a good thing. Like I'm glad that I have that for myself, And I feel okay with that, because there for a while I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm not tandem feeding yet. Maybe it'll get easier and I'll like it. It hasn't gotten there, and I've decided that it's okay that I'm not there, and maybe I never will be. Maybe whenever they're bigger, they'll want to tandem feed, but for right now, that's what's working for me, and I'm okay with that. So, and they're so good and they're so patient. And usually one wakes up just a few minutes before the other one. So it's like they know they like to each have their own time. And like one will chill out and like hang out in her little bouncy chair, or like do some tummy time while I'm feeding one. And then I switch off, and it's like it's working. And it might take a little bit more time, but I think that it's worth it because I'm comfortable, I'm happy, they seem comfortable and happy. I don't know. So that's my breastfeeding update. Overall, it's been like a really good 2 months, and not a lot has changed from 1 month to 2 months. They just are sleeping even better, sleeping even longer. They go from like around like 10 o'clock at night. I put them down and they're up at like 7:30 or 8 in the morning. So that's like a full night's sleep. I'm getting like full night's sleep, both of them. They just cuddle up and pass out. I think it helps that there's 2 of them and they sleep in the same crib. They like cuddle up next to each other and they're comfortable and happy and they sleep all night. So I think that's really cool. Because that's even better than I think Marcy was sleeping, and she slept all night, but that's like a long time. And then I feed them and I put them back down and they go right back to sleep for a couple more hours. So my mornings are like really, really nice and easy. I wrote a little bit about this on Facebook, but I've been changing up my routine a little bit. I'm a morning person now. Like, I hate waking up early. I've always hated that. And so Darren usually like gets up with Marcy and like makes her breakfast, does like whatever. And so like I get to sleep in every day. I sleep in until like 9 o'clock. But by the time it's like the end of the day, I'm like too tired to do anything for myself after momming all day. So I decided to just get up earlier than everyone else and spend time by myself. I like to like listen to podcasts and like sit out on my porch and water my plants, and I do little exercises because I'm trying to get back into like using my body. That brings me to one of the questions someone's asking me, just like how I'm doing now, because it's 2 months since having a major surgery to get 2 children out of me. And I'm doing so good. Like, it doesn't feel like I had major surgery. Therefore, about the first month, I was having like a lot of like nerve pain in my stomach, but someone requested like scrubbing my stomach or like using like cotton balls or like washcloths and like just like stimulating the skin a lot. And in the shower I use like a loofah and I just would like scrub my stomach, and even if it was like this weird sensation that I didn't really like, it was like I would just do that, and it's kind of like brought all those nerves back to life a lot, and it's helped a ton. So I'm not having nearly as much trouble as I was before. Since my last video, I have had my last appointment, and I'm just like nice and healthy and doing my thing. I am below my pre-pregnancy weight. I think it's because I'm breastfeeding twins and they're sucking the life out of me. So I'm just feeling really healthy, and working out has been helpful. I'm not like working out, like I do like stretches and some squats and like little things like that just to try to like strengthen my body back a little bit, because I lost a lot of like muscle tone and things whenever I was pregnant with the twins, because I couldn't get up, I could hardly move around. I got like from my bed to like the bathroom, and that was even hard. It was hard to even like stand up in the shower. So I really struggled through that. So like my whole body just turned into like soft jello, like nothing, not strong at all. Like getting up and down the steps was hard. So it's been like kind of a struggle getting back into like using my body, but I'm doing it. And waking up early in the morning and like doing that has just like improved like my whole day. I think like my mental state too, like taking time to just be by myself, to breathe, to be my own person for a few minutes, and just like take in the day, prep myself for all the craziness that's gonna like come my way being a mom of 3. So it kind of like mentally prepares me to do what I have to do. So that's helped a lot, because I'm not feeling like any crazy like hormonal mood swings, nothing crazy like that now, because the first month was really difficult as far as that goes. But I'm feeling really good now. I think I've gotten over, you know, the majority of that. And so that's really cool. I don't know what else I can like update on. Just like talk about Marcy a little bit. She's like just loving life now that it's like summertime. We just got a new swing set up for her because I can't really take her to the park as much as I did last summer. We used to go to the park, to the pool every day, and with 2 newborns, it's like we're not really gonna be able to get out of the house a lot. Like even just like going to their doctor's appointment was crazy. Like it's so hard to get everyone out of the house in like a timely fashion, and it's like not fun. It's like not fun at that point. So we'll go to the pool and stuff, but it'll be like on the weekend when Darren can stay home with the babies, and I'll like take her. But for right now we have our swing set so she can get out all that energy. She has her scooter and stuff, so she plays outside like all the time. She's loving like growing things. We've got all kinds of pots outside and plants. Every morning whenever she wakes up she goes, I want to check on my plants, I want to see them growing. So that's like really fun, and I like doing that with her. Her like new best friend in the whole world is, we have neighbors that we've met, and they're really, really cool. They have some older boys. They're like 10 years old and like older, but turns out that like our families know each other. They're from like Richwood, back where my family's from, and so we've like really hit it off, and I get to hang out with their family all the time. They're always out hanging out. We had like sushi the other night. It was just like really nice. I've had like such a good time getting to know like other people that are like nearby, because I don't get to socialize a ton, and I'm a very social creature, so that's probably why I'm sitting here talking to myself. But yeah, so that's been really nice, and like has helped my mental health and just like my overall like sense of life. So that's really cool, and I've really enjoyed that. I could talk about Darren, but he's like a creature of habit. He's not changed at all. He's still doing his thing, just working, playing RuneScape, whatever. I don't know. So there's our 2-month update.